This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7. I'm going to begin at verse 1. And it reads, Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua came unto me, saying, Also thou son of man, Salakia. It says, Also thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, power unto the land of Israel, and the end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, power and evil, and only evil, behold, is come, and end is come, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Elohim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kodash Barakatham. Double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, no more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat and the Yakim out there listening and learning. Lord willingly, this is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of the other nations, appearing like the other nations, on whom subscribe to this truth. To you I say shalom. It's brother Yahweh Sop out of the GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So basically, I'm in the midst of doing this video, the life of a believer of the Most High that's trying to do the will and the work of the Most High. Is that, you know, you always busy. But anyway, this is my opportunity to get my lesson in for the day, but I'm like 10 minutes from having to go to work. But I said, fuck the job, because I need to do the lesson, you know. I had a terrible dream, you know, and it's like how the elder always says, you know, you should know in your spirit, you know, you always should have that mindset, you're not doing enough, you could do more. Because you got to understand, as the elder made the statement, you're not working for, you know, any regular old Joe. You're working for the king of the universe, you get what I'm saying? So we always got to be pushing ourselves, and that's what make the elders, well, that's why I consider the elder apostles of the Great Millstone my teachers, because, you know, it's one thing to be a leader and to give orders behind a desk, or, you know, but a leader leads. That's why David was so beloved, you know, because he was out there with his men, you know, and that's why you see our elders apostles, they're out there on the highways and hedges with their men. You know, that's what we consider, or for the most part, I know that's why I consider them my teacher, and I've learned so much from them. Saying that all to say this, I'm trying to get into the habit of doing a video each day. So I'm like, fuck the job, because I can lose this job at any moment. I've seen that already, you know what I mean? I lost a very precious gemstone at this damn job. Because I should have caught it, you know, Satan was busy, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, I'm gonna do this quick video. I came across this article and it moved my spirit because I thought of scriptures, you know, and you know, I think I've been sitting on this for like 2 or 3 days, but nonetheless, it says, I guess it's this couple, and it reads, we've been living in a tent for 5 months because we couldn't afford our $1,200 rent. Now we're preparing for the winter in Maine. And you know, it's not really too much about the fact that this Edomite couple is struggling. It's more so about the fact that, you know, that might be us one day. You know, we don't know how the Lord has this planned out for us. You know, some men will be martyrs in this thing. Some men will be put to death. Some men will end up in concentration camps. You know, I was listening to the video by the brother Ayash from Mississippi, and I forgot how, basically, I think the title was Our Loyalty Will Be Tested. It's a damn, well, I ain't gonna say damn, it's a pop video, you know, a pop epistle, because it's the truth. You know, he was talking about how Yahweh Shah, basically, when he had to go through his hour, you know, his moment of suffering, well, the hour of temptation. We know what our temptation in Revelation chapter 3 is, when we all presented with that decision, you know. But Yahushua was put in a position, and when he was being basically questioned, and he didn't buck up to it. He didn't, he took it stiffly. And we all gonna be in situations like that. We're gonna get tested in that very same manner. Yahushua, Job, certain men in the scriptures held their integrity. Lord willingly, we are men that can hold ours. Saying that to say this, it says a little bit about it. It says Lauren Bari and her husband have been living in the tent for past 5 months. She said they're known as the working homeless because their low earnings won't cover the rent. This is Barir's story as told to Jane Ridley. I used to work at a hair salon in our small resort town in Maine. Wealthy clients would talk away about the second home they recently purchased nearby. They said that they wanted to blow out before having dinner at some fancy restaurant. I think I'm going home to a bowl of cereal. My husband Benji and I live in a tent. As we head toward winter, we're increasingly worried about being homeless. I quit my receptionist job at the salon in May. I couldn't deal with the stress of having to look presentable all the time. The owner yelled at me once for wearing a pair of open-toed sandals with dirty feet. I had to choose between not bathing or washing myself in a 40-degree river. I couldn't afford nail polish, let alone a pedicure. And the thing is, I've had the opportunity. Well, it wasn't an opportunity, but I've been put in a position. A part of my lot was to be homeless, and after looking back on it, I didn't have children at the time, and now I do. And we all pray for our families, at the end of the day. But without actually experiencing that, it's a one thing to fear what you don't know. I can say I'm not really terrified of being in that situation, Now the thing is, a lot of the programs that was available back then, to be trying to live out there with a family, yeah. But it tells you in the book of Habakkuk chapter 2. The just shall live by faith. When you go into that word just, it basically means the upright, the righteous, the morally righteous, those that's trying to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, we're going to put our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, It tells you in the book of Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7, that blessed is the man that trusteth in the Most High. It tells you, verse 5, it says, cursed be the man that trusteth in man. So, the whole point of this, because I don't give a fuck about this Edomite, that's good for her spirit, because, like I said, the great humbling is coming, we all gonna be tested, and those that's rightfully deserve to be, punished is gonna get that, So, but it did make me think about, like I said, the times that we're coming into. It tells you in the book of Acts chapter 14 that through much tribulation that we shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. This is Acts 14, verse 22, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. I believe it was the brother Bakar Moff. He made the statement. He said, "You think," because he was going into these different measures, and he said how basically Esau is going to this time, this dark winter that's coming, it's going to be a time of you ever have like in jail, when they put you in a jail within the jail, like solitary confinement, that is to break you, you know what I mean? You not acting right, so they put you in a worse condition to basically it's kind of like a scourge, like the scriptures talk about how the Most High sends scourges for amendment, to change behavior. And that's why a lot of people are going to buckle to the conditions that Esau Edom is creating. But when you actually have an understanding, it's not Esau Edom creating these conditions, it's the will and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It tells you in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach, chapter 18, that all things bend to the will of the Most High. The thing is, we know that this is the will of the Most High, and it's the Most High that's doing all this, because the scriptures basically map all this stuff out. I read that. And being homeless isn't, a pleasant thing. But the brother also from Mississippi, the brother Ayash, I met that brother. That's a beautiful brother. But he has a beautiful spirit. But he said you can't get offended either. Scriptures talk about there will be offenses, but woe to him do the offenses come through, roughly paraphrased. You know, he said, you know, our lots might not be the way that we might necessarily want them. You know, you have brothers that want their families, but you might lose your family. You might lose your Eve. You know, he was talking about how not just we're going to get tested, but the women that believe gonna get tested. Everybody's gonna get tested. You know, not to put our business out there like that, but we was I just recently, a brother that was on the other side. Brother had a beautiful spirit, but you know what I mean? And I know it's spiritual, you know, but the Lord is gonna test and try you. That's what, you know, you gotta understand these scriptures. You can't just, like, I don't know, that's the scariest thing about this. You can be awakened to the truth, to be judged by being in the truth. Just because you know you're an Israelite doesn't mean you're gonna be automatically saved. You know, it talks about he gonna try you through the fire. You know, in the book of Peter, in the book of Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus chapter 2. You know, brother was bringing out a beautiful analogy because he was talking about gold. He said gold cannot be destroyed. So you could burn gold, but it ain't gonna, like, you ain't gonna destroy it. It's just gonna liquefy. And basically that's going to get all the impurities out of it, you know. So, yeah, I mean, and you got different levels, and that's why you got certain brothers that is considered onto gold and bronze, and, you know what I mean, you know, these precious metals, you know. Some brothers is not going to be able to stand withstand the heat, and they're going to burn up like stubble, you know. Thus was their lot. This is the book of Hebrews chapter 13. So when a brother or, you know, anybody go through these certain things, it's ultimately to try you. The scriptures say that the Lord is going to try you, you know. Matter of fact, let me get that. The book of Ecclesiasticus, the book of Sirach, chapter 2, starting at verse 1, and it reads, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation, set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in the time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate." Verse 5, "For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity." The Lord is going to take you through some things in order to trust, you know, to see, you know, to try you, to test you, basically. You know, the brother Karatazak from Las Vegas did a video about that. You know, how the Lord is going to take you and try you. You know, you try a friend to prove a friend. You try him, you test him. You make sure that he's your friend. And, you know, so that when Abraham was put to that situation where he was tested by the Lord asking him to sacrifice his son, he did it without hesitation because he believed the Lord could raise him back up. And that's the kind of faith we're going to need in these coming days. So, you know what I mean, at the end of the day, if you have to, you know, you're put in a situation, and we've seen that already, and this time, this second go around with these mandates and whatnot is going to be a lot more severe. But, you know, like I said, you had a lot of men stuck and stood stiffly while a lot of men buckled and folded and took that thing because of carnality. Scriptures read, you know, we don't have a continuous city here. So, you know, why trust in this place? It's the book of Hebrews chapter 13, verse 14. "For here have we no continuous city, but we seek one to come." That's why we wait for new heavens and new earth. What am I looking for? When you go into, what's this, Philippians chapter 3, verse 20, "For our conversation is in heaven, for whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Yahushua HaMashiach." So when you go into that word conversation, it's
Strong's G 4175, Palituma.
And it reads, a state, a commonwealth of citizens. So our government is in the heavens, because the Lord has that righteous order in the heavens. Right now, this world is given onto the hand of the wicked. It tells you in the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So the earth is off course and off teeter. It talks about in the scriptures in the book of Isaiah, chapter 29, this man has turned everything upside down. But Yahushua, our big brother, Yahushua Mashiach, is going to come back to turn everything in its right order. Right now you got the women out of order, the men out of order. The planet is out of order. That's why this planet is, half the things going on. The birds not flying away in the winter anymore. I remember growing up, you wouldn't see any birds. Now you seeing birds still like that. I mean, this devil has really fucked up the planet. So this is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, because it reads, some men's lots and families and women's lots is to be homeless. 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 31. Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travail there through. The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Because, what they doing right now, they actually allowing people without a diploma to go to the military. They even raised the sign-on bonuses in the college, to pay for college as far as the grants and whatnot, because of the fact they in desperate need of, because they know there's about to be another war. Verse 34, in the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine. Hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, receive it. Believe not the powers of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. And when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. O my people, verse 40, O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. So a pilgrim meaning basically you're gonna be roaming from land to land, from region to region, because so much is gonna be going on the planet. So like I said again, not only the Lord might put you in a situation where you might have to leave your home because you can't afford to pay the rent, like these Edomites. Because I believe the Edomites, but I mean, I haven't tested their spirit, but, at the end of the day, because Esau gonna be catching hell too, you know what I mean? That's, what was that, the Bacon's Rebellion? When you go back to the Bacon's Rebellion, that's where you had basically got the social statuses of white class and all that over from, the elder, Malcolm always brings that out, or has brought that out. So yeah, we coming into some rough times. I'm gonna end it with this. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 21, and the point is verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. It is sharpened to make a sore slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Shall we then make mirth? It contempteth the rod of my son as every tree. And he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened and it is furbished to give it to the hand of the slayer. So, and that make me think of what's the Revelations. The devil shall come down with great wrath, because he knows that he have but a short time. Revelations 12:12. So yeah, you can feel this devil about to come down with great wrath. This second lockdown is going to be way more severe, because they already got the legislation in place. They already deemed this a public health emergency. Then you had Biden had to basically lock down 2 different times. So if your president gonna lock down, or that's what they making it seem like, you don't think that the regular everyday Joe Schmo Edomite, as well as 2/3 Jake, gonna have to lock down? And this lockdown gonna basically make this bitch this bitch gonna kick the bucket off of this one. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, and commandments of your power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to call Loyim, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem, double honors to my apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akwat and the Yakim out there listening and learning. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, but whom subscribe to the truth. To you I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come with another lesson. Shalom, shalom. Muwath lababah. Shalom.